Every family has a dreamer. Maybe that's you. This is for the ones who dare to believe they can be the first. If you're the one in your family who dreams differently, I see you. The path isn't easy. It's lonely, filled with doubt. People will tell you to be realistic, to be safe. They do it out of love, but don't let their fear become your cage. Your dream is valid. Your ambition is a gift. Don't be afraid to fail. Failure is part of success. Every no is a step closer to yes. Collect your failures. They're proof you're trying. The only real failure is not trying at all. Find your why. Bigger than money or fame, it's your anchor in the storm. Remind yourself of it every day. When you feel like giving up, your why will keep you going. And know you're not alone. We are a tribe of cycle breakers, a family of dreamers. Your journey is your own, but your struggle is shared. Be brave. Be resilient. Be unapologetically you. The world needs your voice. You have the power to change not just your life, but generations to come. Now, go and show them what that means. The world is waiting. There wasn't a single moment when everything changed. It was gradual, like sunrise. The first real light was paying my own rent with money from telling jokes. It was a small apartment, but it was mine. I was standing on my own 2 feet. I proved to my family and myself that this dream could be real. Then my family started coming to my shows. At first, out of obligation. Then, they laughed. My go-go, who'd seen so much pain, laughed at stories about our life. My cousins, who thought I was crazy, nudged each other and pointed at me on stage. Their support changed from worry to pride. My hope now is to keep building a platform not just for me, but for others. I want to show young dreamers that their voice matters, their story is important. My success belongs to my family, my community, everyone who's been told they can't. Now the dream is to help change the story for a whole continent. Motivation isn't a constant fire, it's a small flame you have to protect. On hard days, the voices of doubt got loud. My family's worries, the community's questions, my own fears. Some days, getting out of bed felt monumental. Chasing a dream felt impossible. My secret weapon was my mother, my biggest supporter, even when she didn't fully understand. When my belief wavered, I borrowed hers. Her voice could silence all the others. I learned to celebrate small wins, a new joke that worked, a successful open mic, a kind comment online. Each was evidence I was on the right path. On bad days, I'd look at those small wins and remember progress was being made. I learned to be my own coach, changing the conversation in my head. I'd remind myself of my why, to break the cycle for my family, for the kid I used to be. Connecting with that purpose was the ultimate motivation. I realized I couldn't wait for someone to give me a stage. I had to build my own. The comedy world's gatekeepers weren't looking for someone like me, so I stopped knocking. I built my own house, my own shows, my own audience. My first stage was the internet, YouTube, social media. No gatekeepers, just opportunity. I uploaded clips, short jokes, stories. At first, only friends and family watched. Then strangers started watching, sharing. The audience grew. I was connecting directly with people. The people became my boss. With an audience, the gatekeepers started paying attention. Suddenly, their doors opened. Building my own stage online proved there was a market for my comedy. It changed the conversation from "please give me a chance" to "here's what I bring." More than finding an audience, it was about creating a space where I could be myself. I didn't have to change my material or water down my perspective. I could be fully, unapologetically me. If the world doesn't have a place for you, don't squeeze into its boxes. Build your own. My mother believed education was the key, the tool that could unlock any door. She didn't have a formal education, but she made sure I did. Even when we had no money for food, she found money for books. Bread feeds you for a day. A book feeds your mind for a lifetime. My real education was in the world, learning to navigate South Africa's complex social landscape, learning how to be Black in a white neighborhood, colored in a Black neighborhood, when to speak, when to be silent. This was the education of survival empathy, seeing through other people's eyes. I studied comedians, watched hours of stand-up, read books about comedy, analyzed jokes. I treated comedy like a subject at university, dissecting, mastering, working at it. I wanted my skill to be undeniable. Education gave me control. I couldn't control the audience, but I could control how hard I worked. My mother was right. Education wasn't just about school, it was a mindset of constant learning. My plan wasn't a blueprint, it was a street hustle. Try one thing, adapt, try again. My first hustle was selling pirated CDs on the street. Not glamorous, maybe not legal, but it taught me business. I learned to talk to people, read a crowd, sell a product, skills I'd use on stage. I became a student of people, listening on minibus taxis, collecting stories and material. My life was my comedy school. The struggles, the absurdities, universal feelings in local details. My plan, take our pain and turn it into laughter. I started small, any place with a microphone. Most times I bombed, but every laugh was a victory. Failure wasn't the end, it was data. It told me what not to do next time. I learned to be a chameleon, speaking the language of different audiences, moving between worlds. My mixed race background, once a source of pain, became my superpower. It let me see from multiple perspectives, be an outsider everywhere, the perfect position for a comedian. My plan was to turn my otherness into my strength. The biggest obstacle wasn't the world outside, it was inside my own home. My family's love felt like doubt. Be realistic. Don't get your hopes up. Every word meant to protect me felt like a tiny cut, bleeding the dream out of me. They saw my ambition as a risk, a gamble with our security. In Soweto, everyone knows everyone. Standing out isn't always good. The community has a script for you. Go off script, and they try to pull you back. Money was another mountain. Chasing comedy meant not earning, not contributing. It felt selfish, a constant source of tension. I was chasing a dream with no guarantee, while my family faced real bills. The biggest obstacle was my own mind, the voice of doubt that sounded like my grandmother. They're right. You're being foolish. You're not good enough. This voice knows all your fears. It can make you believe the safe path is the only path. Fighting this voice is a daily battle, a war fought in quiet moments, alone with your thoughts. My family's dream for me was practical: go to school, get a trade, find something stable. Don't take risks. Don't draw attention. Keep your head down and work. Their dream was born from love and fear. They'd seen what happens to people who dream too big. But to me, that dream felt like a cage. I saw humor in the pain, absurdity in the struggle, and I wanted to talk about it. I wanted to make people laugh. Laughter was our weapon, our way to fight back. I wanted to be a comedian. My family thought I was crazy. A comedian? That's not a job. How will you eat? They saw the world as it was. I saw what it could be. Their struggle gave me the platform to dream, but I couldn't accept their finish line. I felt a responsibility to run a different race, not just for me, but for them. This wasn't about rejecting them. It was about honoring them. Their survival gave me the chance to do more than just survive. I wanted to redefine success for our family. Not just a roof, but building the house you want to live in. My dream was to show them a different kind of life was possible. A life where you could do what you love. My story begins in a small house on Vilakazi Street. Soweto, a place buzzing with life and history. Nelson Mandela lived there, Desmond Tutu lived there, and so did my family. Our house was simple: 4 walls, a roof, and generations of stories. My grandmother, my go-go, was the heart of that house. She was tough, raising her children through apartheid. My mother was born into that world, a world of black and white, of limits and rebellion. She broke rules, worked jobs. She wasn't supposed to went places she wasn't allowed, and had a child with a white man. Me, I was born a crime. My existence was illegal. That's the family I come from: fighters. Survivors. But survival was the ceiling. No one had ever truly broken free. Life was a cycle: born, struggle, work hard for little, die. The next generation did the same. My family was smart, good people, but the world told them what they could be, and they listened. Success meant a steady job, food on the table. Not getting into trouble. Thriving wasn't the goal, just not failing. I saw the struggle in my go-go's face, the fire in my mother's eyes, a fire that said, there has to be more. My mother planted the idea that maybe, just maybe, the cycle could be broken. She didn't want me to just survive. She wanted me to live, to have choices. She never had the house on Vilakazi Street was my home. But my mother taught me it didn't have to be my whole world. She gave me the gift of a bigger imagination.